Greetings, punks, goths, metalheads, herberts, herbetters, Martians and subterranean folk. How are you all doing? My name's John and this is the Health Anarchist channel. Well, today I'm going to do a hill walk and I'm going to be going up to Pots and Pans in Uppermill. Now, the usual way that I climb up there is extremely steep and quite difficult. So today I'm going to try a different route and hopefully it'll be a little bit easier. I still think it's going to be steep, but if it's any improvement, it's a bonus. Now, I've already been climbing for a while. I've been climbing up since I passed the King Bill pub in Greenfield, and I've been climbing ever since. Now, this is a lovely route to walk. I've passed some beautiful historic properties on the way. I'll just show you a couple of clips of those now. Very unusual listed buildings in this area. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and see if I can find this alternative route up Pots and Pans. So it's a nice bright day today, so I thought I'd take advantage of it, because you just got to, when you get a chance at this time of year when it's a bright day, try and get out there. So I've been walking up tree-lined lanes at the moment, but when I get a break and it clears a bit, I'll show you the destination where I'm aiming to get today. So this is the destination I'm heading today. That monument on top of that hill, that obelisk, that's a war memorial. And that hill's called Pots and Pans. And I'm going to try and get a slightly easier way up. There is a direct route, but it's very difficult. Well, I find it very steep. So the route I'm going to try today is, instead of going directly up there, which you can see a track underneath the monument, we're going to go down this track here to your right. Now, looking at the hill, it doesn't look that much better, but we'll see. We'll give it a try. So the way I see it, even if it's not any easier going this way, it's still a new route that I've not explored before, and I do love exploring new areas and new routes, and it's another little piece of the jigsaw puzzle of my local area knowledge. So let's get cracking. No through road. I think it's okay for pedestrians and walkers. So this is where we're heading, folks. Up here. So this is probably the most beautiful area near where I live. It's all around Dovestones Reservoir. You've got Pots and Pans Hill. Coming over here, you've got Alderman's Hill. And right at the back there, you've got Wimbury Stones above Dovestones Reservoir, or Indian's Head as people call it. So I really do feel lucky and blessed to have these beautiful places near where I live, and you know, they're free to access for everybody. I mean, as long as you're fit and well enough to get up here. Even if you have health issues, you can still go to the bottom around Dovestones and take in the beautiful sights and views. But yeah, it's a natural resource, and funny enough, not that many people take advantage of it if you think about the amount of people in this and the wider area. So this is why you've got all the signs up about keeping dogs on leads or they'll be shot. Obviously, you've got to look after your sheep if that's your livelihood, and you know, it's only fair. You don't want the sheep to be worried or, you know, run and fall over a cliff or something because they're being chased by dogs. So you've got to look at it the sheep's point of view as well, and the farmer's point of view. So I think the view I saw on Google Maps was basically going up to this farm in the distance and then splitting off up the left, which is going to be a bit of a climb up to the top, but hopefully it won't be too bad. So just starting the climb up now. Rough terrain for a while. Right, I'm about halfway up this steep bit. Not too bad, I've done a lot worse, but still a fair bit of effort. So do this next little steep bit, then we'll see what we've got left when I get to the top of there. So you should be able to see where I've climbed up from now. been a non-stop climb since before I started filming, but it'll be worth it when I get to the top. Right, I'm at the top of that first little steep bit I did. It looks like we're on some sort of a track now, so that's promising. And it looks like there's just a little gentleish climb, so hopefully we'll be there then. I do like the way you can see all the different stratification layers in the soil there. Cool. So it's been quite a cool walk this, because it's a new route that I've not done before, and it's quite an interesting one. And with it being such a beautiful area, it's always a bonus finding somewhere new to explore. So with this being a totally new route, what I'm going to do is I'm going to face the camera the other way, and I'm going to bring you guys with me to explore it as I do for the first time. Whoa, this is cool. Didn't even know this existed until today. Wow, I really love those stones there. Look kind of a bit standing stone-ish, they're not, but yeah, cool. Love the way the sun's lighting up that rock on the right. Really beautiful. So I'm not actually sure what's next when we get up here, so we shall have a look together. Hopefully it's the Pots and Pans monument at the top of the hill. Right, it's not Pots and Pans monument yet. On a little narrow goat track. Let's see what's over this next little ridge here. Hopefully this is going to be the one. I'm going to look foolish if it isn't now. Oh, let's see. Oh. Wow, there we go. So here's Pots and Pans monument. The big obelisk is a war memorial, and the hill is called Pots and Pans because of this strange rock formation, and it looks like it's got pots and pans cut into the stone on top of it, which I'll get to shortly. Right, so was it any easier going this way? Yeah, it was definitely an easier route up. It was still steep, but I described the previous route, the direct route straight up, as extremely steep and very difficult, and this one I'd say is a bit difficult and a bit steep, but nowhere near as bad as the other route, so I'm glad I went on this route today. So there we've got the monument to the soldiers lost in the World Wars. So let's get back to why it's called Pots and Pans. Well, on the top of this stone rock formation there's like depressions that have been carved out which look like pots or pans or basins in the stone. Now my favourite story about why these were on the stone is some people call it Druid stone. It's because in ancient times Druids used to sacrifice the victims on top of the stones, slit the throats, and all the blood would pour out and fill these stone basins. But it's a very fanciful story and 99.9% pure myth, that. Because I did find another account of why these formations have these basins cut into the top of them, and it was a historic document by a local poet and writer called Ammon Wrigley, and he wrote in the Victorian times they used to come up here and celebrate any kind of major national events like coronations or royal marriages, that kind of thing. And people would come up here and get drunk and party. Sound like a good time. And one year there was a big event going on. I'm not sure if it was a jubilee or something, and the people round here were talking for weeks and weeks. They're saying how they were going to come up here and fill these big holes in the top of the stones, fill it with all kinds of cheap booze, you know, and make some kind of really strong punch. And it'd be really cheap because everyone was chipping in. And locals said the rumours were going round that people were really looking forward to this event because they come up here and they drink the punch out of these stones, and they were right looking forward to a chep skinful of ale in local dialect. And but apparently a couple of days before, someone was coming up to have a look at the stones and prepare for, you know, the celebrations ahead. And what happened is, when they got to the top of the stones, they found that someone had filled the holes with excrement, or shit in layman's terms. And they were absolutely furious, going crazy, because they were all looking forward to a chep skinful of ale. And someone had ruined it for them. So apparently they rushed up here at the last minute, and they were carving out, they emptied the stones of the offensive waste, and they were carving them out furiously, making them bigger and trying to get rid of any contamination, which is the state you'll see the stones in today. And in the end they went ahead and had the celebrations, but apparently there was like a witch hunt, and they were cursing and pointing the fingers at all these local teetotalers and Puritans who might have been responsible for doing it. So yeah, it's a cool story, and I think that's the most likely one. So I've climbed up on top of the Pots and Pans rock formation, and this is the largest basin. According to the story, the one that was defiled and carved out even bigger, and to get rid of contamination. As you can see today, it's holding water well. And there's some smaller depressions. Maybe these were for different combinations of booze. And there's a smaller one here. This one seems to have a pouring channel. I suppose that's the pan handle for pots and pans. But yeah, so I'll just do a quick scan round while I'm up here. You can see what an absolutely beautiful location it is. I'm not keen on heights, truth be told, and even standing up on here fills me with dread. But yeah, it's worth getting up here for the shot. But absolutely beautiful, quiet, peaceful. So this is the other side. What a view.
As I walk through dismal moors, I feel like I've lived there before. I see the silent ancient rocks.
So it's an absolutely beautiful day today, and I'm so glad I come out here. It was a bit of an effort, yeah, but well worth it. And there's hardly any wind today, which is rare around here. And it's just lovely. Got this lovely golden light now at this time of day, which reminds me I'm going to have to get back down soon, because the only thing is, walking this time of year, you don't get much light. I mean, I come out just after I'd had my dinner, and basically it's gone now. It's going to go dark very soon, so I'm going to make my way down off the hill.
Places that I find a small gravestone with a faded name. Settles he puts into its very age. Others pause, others pause. Pause. You have lain here oh so long. Others pause, others pause. Pause. You have lain here.
So I noticed I've got quite a few new subscribers recently, so cheers guys, it means a lot. Thank you very much. You know, it encourages me to keep doing this channel and helps it get seen on YouTube. And for all you guys who've been subscribed for quite a while now, cheers guys, really appreciate it. So I have noticed that there's quite a lot of people who watch my videos who haven't subscribed yet. So if you do enjoy watching my videos, please give us a subscribe. Just need to click the button and give us a like. It really helps support the channel. Cheers. Any Lord of the Rings fans out there, kind of reminds me of Weathertop a bit, this hill. A lot of the places around here remind me of Lord of the Rings locations. It's quite similar. So I guess the question is, if I came to Pots and Pans again, which I no doubt will, would I use this route? Yes, definitely. It's so much easier than the other route, and it just makes for a more pleasant walk in my, opinion. I mean, if you're some kind of fell runner who's training for climbing Ben Nevis or something, then maybe go the steep route. But for walkers like me who just enjoy a nice walk, chilling out in nature, I'd recommend this route over the really steep one up the front. So I'm going to get a crack on now before it starts getting dark, and I'm going to stop chatting. So I'm going to love you and leave you. And until next time, don't forget, be different, stay weird, and stay free. Bye.